On the 10th of June, right before I took a very long break from YouTube, I spoke all about starting KDP, my KDP journey. And having done some research about KDP, seeing what other people sell, seeing what other people tell you should sell, and not really getting the whole point of selling a bunch of notebooks since, it's notebooks and KDP is self-publishing to actually publish something, and trying to sort myself out through this mess that is called KDP and what do I want to do with it. The thing is that KDP is not the only game in town. I mean, it's far from it. And there are plenty of other platforms where you can self-publish your books, your notebooks, your coloring books, your guided prompt journals, or your novels. And these platforms all deserve to have a little bit of a space and be heard. And I feel like so many people are stuck on KDP just because of the traffic. And so many people are rushing into designing and uploading without actually testing the quality of the items. I think I'm getting like Redbubble flashbacks with people like massively designing a bunch of stuff and promoting them, not knowing if the product you're promoting is actually good. And that's exactly what this video is for, because I have here products to test, basically books to share with you guys from KDP, Blurb, and Ingram Spark. If you've never heard of Blurb and Ingram Spark, you might want to stay tuned for this video. I'm going to drop a little nuggets of information about those. And generally speaking, I mean, if you are on KDP and you've never ordered your own book, which is weird to me, you might find this video also useful. So with that being said, let's just get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melo and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today's video is a comparison of the book quality between KDP, Blurb, and Ingram Spark. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about Blurb and Ingram Spark for those of you who don't know what it is. Maybe also about KDP, because maybe somehow someone came to this video wanting to, see the quality of Blurb books and doesn't know what KDP is. And also show you guys the books that I have ordered myself to test out different colors, different paper types from KDP, Blurb, and Ingram Spark. I'm also going to be talking about the fact that Blurb has their own inner designer that makes things so much easier. My process with designing for these books, and obviously showing you guys the quality, showing you guys what is premium color on Amazon KDP. And I think you can guess by me laughing what is premium color, or what I think about my own personal journey looking into what I physically have here and what I plan to do with all the books that are in my head, whether it's prompt journals, which is something that I adore, whether it's journaling for your vision book, which relates to a different YouTube channel that I'm opening about self-love, motivation, and basically dealing with life, especially as a chronically ill person. And I have all these thoughts, I have all these books in my head, whether it's coloring books that I want to do, whether it's an actual novel that I want to write down. And it's also with the things that, scare me a lot, with people having KDP accounts closed for no reason, or people afraid that no one will find their book. Or what if you spend all this time being trafficked to your book and then someone just buys something else? What goes to that? So what is my purpose, or what is my point with self-publishing after having a month to think about it and receiving a bunch of books? So let's just get started with the details on what these basically platforms are, because I know that a lot of people don't really know what they are and don't really know what to do with them. Maybe you should diversify, place your books in multiple places. Can you place your books in multiple places? And the whole ISBN thing. So just to get you a bit started, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, is a part of Amazon, for those of you who didn't know that. And Kindle started as a way to read books digitally, and they also have their own print-on-demand, KDP, for people to self-publish their own book. There has been a massive crying online about the fact that KDP now classifies some of their books as low content, which means that you cannot get those books an ISBN. An ISBN is a serial number. It's an international serial book number, mostly designated for actual stores. So an actual physical store or a brand or chain can go onto Amazon and order books, and they will need to sell them to the public, which will require an ISBN. those public bookstores can actually also do it through Ingram Spark and from Blurb, which are other two self-publishing platforms. We also have Lulu, which was covered, I think, in the second video on this channel. I received a poorly packaged books, and quality of the books was not really a matter of question since they were damaged. And Lulu has never till this day answered any of my support tickets or emails. So I didn't really feel the need to order from them again, even though they do have awesome book types with spiral bounds and so many cool options that it's super tempting. And I might try another try at them. But if I do try to go with Lulu, that will be fully knowing that if I have any problem, I'm on my own, because their support is just non-responsive. When it comes to the other publishing houses, you get your ISBN on Blurb as well for free, just as you get on Amazon KDP if you're actually writing a book, or if you have a book that is not a notebook or field notes or logbook or something like that. Even a coloring book can often get an ISBN. There are still people like trying to question if coloring books are low content or not. So I think it's kind of determines on how Amazon sort of catches that book in their eye in that moment. With Blurb, as I said, you get your own ISBN as well, and with Ingramspark, an ISBN costs $50. Ingramspark doesn't have much of a public featuring to it, even though Ingramspark, Blurb, as well as Lulu are publishing your books on Amazon as well. But with Ingramspark, I feel like you're getting a more of a writer's experience, and I think that there is something about paying that $50, which is nothing. If you wrote a novel and if you want to get it out, there is something about just paying $50 and saying, you know what, I'm investing $50 in my book, which again is nothing. When it comes to testing out your books, which is what I wanted to do, it also works a bit differently. With Amazon KDP, you can upload your book to the platform and then order a test copy before publishing it. Once you publish it, you can also order author copies. The thing is that that is very geo-specific, as I came to learn, because when I uploaded my Amazon book, I realized that I cannot get a test copy without first publishing it because I'm in Bulgaria. There are different marketplaces to Amazon. The closest one that we use in Bulgaria is Amazon.de. And apparently, if I wanted to get test copies before basically publishing my book on Amazon KDP, I would have to be in Germany, UK, US, basically all of the main marketplaces to actually get test copies for myself. So when I was looking into making my test copy book from Amazon, I also thought, okay, this is gonna literally be public. So I don't want to make something that could get my account banned, and I also want to make something that will be kind of nice, as well as like for me. And I'm not going to write a novel just to test out a book. So I decided to go with a scrapbook. So it's not a scrapbook per se. It's a book for people who like scrapbooking, filled with all kinds of patterns that I made myself, as well as some coloring elements and stuff like that. It's actually a book that I am going to use in my vision book video. When I make my vision book, I'm going to use a lot of elements from that book and, well, use it for the purpose that it actually is. That book was classified as low content by Amazon, and I'm fine with that because I really don't care. My goal for that book, to show it, to feature it, is going to be by featuring it in a different channel. And if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It really doesn't bother me much since I did that book for testing as well as for myself. And I think that I spoke a lot about this with print on demand videos, is that I do a lot of my print on demand art, and I started it because that's something that I want to do. By the way, small shout out to Look Nature for this awesome t-shirt from TeePublic. I ordered the curvy t-shirt from TeePublic. It's really wide. My fibromyalgia really likes these t-shirts. So I think I'm going to have like a whole collection in my closet just from that. But digressing over here, coming back to the original point of the conversation and summarizing that part, with Amazon test books, I had to order my own book as an author copy 48 hours after it was published and live, so that I could see it from Bulgaria on the DE market, which is Germany. When it comes to Blurb, there are so many things that I like about their platform, but I think that the biggest one was the fact that I can at any point upload whatever I want and order a copy for myself without publishing it. I also think that Blurb is an awesome platform for other people to publish whatever they want for themselves. So if I want to create myself a nice little journal or a planner and I want it to be a little bit kind of more special, because they have their own designer, which makes things so much easier. For me, like I would totally use Blurb as a person, not to self-publish anything, but just to get myself the books and the notebooks that I want. So with Blurb, I feel like it was so much easier doing this test run just because I didn't have to have anything published and I could just put in junk. Like try to test out how a page looks when it has a color on the other side, trying to test out their different colors to see if the page actually changes, because premium color or standard color, the actual page itself, the actual paper changes from different types of color. So if I want to make a coloring book, or if I want to make a journal or something that people would find easy to write on, I also try to play around with the page count, because a lot of people start this like 150 page notebook. Is it going to be easy to write on? Does it come with spiral bound? Probably not, because spiral bound is not one of the options. So how are people going to write in a 150 page notebook? Digressing. So I did order 3 test books from Blurb. I'm going to be showing you guys all the books in a minute. And last but not least, we have Ingram Spark in this comparison. Now with Ingram Spark, there is no way for you to test copy something. You basically have to publish your book, and you know, I'm not going to spend $150 on 3 ISBNs just to test a book. And I emailed Ingram Spark asking if I could test a book before paying $50 for an ISBN, because I want to check the quality. Before getting an answer, I got an automated email reply. And you know those automated email replies that give you like sort of like a potential answer to your question? Those are never helpful, right? Those are like the worst thing ever. It's like, thank you for seeing my email and sending me this email back to me so fast that I got so excited and now I have no value. The thing is that that return email actually did have value, because one of those frequently asked questions with answers was actually about the quality of the books, talking about the fact that you can ask them with a personal email to send you test copies. Those copies are not going to be something that you design. They have a specific test copy package. It's right here, and was actually kind of cool because my address was written there by hand. It felt so cool. It felt like I'm getting a package from someone from them. And we emailed back and forth. We made sure that my address is correct, and they did ship it to Bulgaria from Great Britain. So that was a bit of a nice thing. I think that at first I was like, no, this is going to be weird. I mean, I don't know what things they used in them. I don't know the classification of the book or anything, but when I got it, it was definitely a nice surprise to get, and it was free. So if you really are thinking about testing out Ingram Spark, you can just go to Ingram Spark and search the FAQ on how to order your own test book, or just email them. They reply not as fast as their automated email replies, but they are nice people, and I felt very supported throughout this journey. So I do have all of these books that I ordered from Amazon KDP, from Blurb, and from Ingram Spark, and I would love to share them with you guys in this video. Only we're gonna do a little bit of a bird's eye view for this video using this guy over here, so I can show you my books. You're also going to be seeing a product that was not reviewed here on this channel already, which is the Society 6 desk mat, which is brilliant. So we're going to go and do that now, and I'm going to show you all the books that I ordered. We're going to be talking about the sizes of these books, as well as the color quality, and even doing a little bit of comparison between them. I have here 2 books from Amazon KDP, I have 3 books from Blurb, and 3 books from Ingram Spark, and let's just have at it. My first time using my little toy. Okay, so this is an interesting view. I've never done this before. Welcome to my Society 6 desk mat, which is pretty much the coolest thing I think I ever got from Society 6. I think it's bigger than this photo, and I love it so much. Okay, we got some work to do, guys. We got some field notes to take in, and I have no idea why I have field notes here, because that's the one book out of all this stack that I actually never ordered. Okay, so what do we have here in this pile of books that I got to test? Starting with Amazon. With Amazon KDP, I basically uploaded a patterns book, which is this one. Now, with Amazon KDP, you can test your own books, which is nice. You can have author copies and you can have test copies, like proof copies, before the book even goes live. The thing is, if you live in Bulgaria like me, you cannot have proof copies, which is annoying. So I actually had to publish my book, and not just publish it, but wait 48 hours for it to be available on the DE. And this was the book that I made for myself. It's 8.5 by 8.5 inches, premium color interior, white pages, 134 pages. I went into Amazon. I searched for the dimensions of this book, what will be the bleed, how the cover should be. I went into Canva and created it, and successfully managed to upload it on the first try because it was seriously super easy to design this book. As you can see on the cover, I have here some patterns that I made. I also have them on the back. I really need to be careful not to flip the camera. Okay, so you might recognize some of these things. These were some of the patterns that are in the bundle box of my birthday. I think they're free. And these are patterns that I made after going to Skopje, North Macedonia, inspired by their graffiti. And these are some other cool patterns that are almost all of them available in our bundle boxes. I will leave a link to the bundle boxes down below. This little pattern here I actually made during a tutorial, a class that I recorded for Creative Fabrica. I will leave a link to that class down below. If you guys are a member of Creative Fabrica, you get to watch that class for pretty much free, for no extra charge. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this book first and foremost is that because a lot of people were complaining about their books, like the font is not working well. And I really wanted to do something really cool for Amazon and for other projects using these two fonts. So at first I wanted to check that they work. I called it the perfect scrapbook. And I also wrote some instructions here. And basically what this book is an assembly of various different patterns to be used for your scrapbooking. It also has some coloring elements and coloring pages. And I think that one of the reasons why I made this book, knowing that I can't just make a book and order it for myself, but it has to be public, is that I actually want to use it. I actually want to use it when I am doing my scrapbooking and my vision book. So it contains a lot of various patterns, a lot of different graphics and elements, as well as some coloring elements. These are actually coloring books that I made, I think like 5 years ago. Some coloring elements, some mandalas. There is also my lemon pattern, which I saw here that I made a mistake. Those white lines on Canva are so annoying. And I do have to say, it feels like a throwback book to all of my different styles on Clip Studio Paint, Canva, Procreate, other websites. So to me, it's kind of a flashback. And I do think that it will make for a nice vision book when I want to do it, because these elements are quite cool. The thing is that this is premium color, and I don't know if you notice anything here. This is actually also on my coffee mug. And yeah, the colors are not so good. And this is the premium color of Amazon. The pages themselves feel really, really nice. I really like the pages themselves. I think that I would have liked to use this one as a coloring book. I definitely find the quality of the page to be comforting and comfortable. And that was the 8.5 inch by 8.5 inch premium color. Next I have these field notes, which I have no idea how I got this book. I have several Amazon accounts. I don't mean several, but I mean on Amazon.com, Amazon.de, Amazon.uk, for various reasons. There are some things that I can only find in the UK market. There are some things that I can only find on the .com market. And as I'm in Bulgaria, I try to order most of my things from the DE market, which is Germany, because that's the closest one here. And then I got in the post office this. I don't even know what this is. This was made by Willowgate Publishing. And I was looking at this, and this is a 6 by 9 inch field report notebook with 119 pages. I literally cannot find where I ordered this. Did someone send this to me? And I was searching this on Amazon. I started typing sloth notebook, sloth field notes, sloth field note, notebook, book report, project report, notebook. I even typed in Willowgate Publishing, which is the name here, and came up with nothing. I eventually searched by the ISBN number. And as we talked about the fact that ISBN is now not available for books like this, this was made free to that little change on Amazon. And I found with the ISBN that this book was made by a doctor. I really doubt that a doctor will do something like this. And I do have to say that the pages are horrible, horrible. If I had to do coloring, I can't even emphasize enough how disgusting it is to move my hand on these pages. I will never do a coloring page or a coloring book on this. If I have to color this, this is really disgusting. This is really disgusting. I hate the quality of this paper. It's funny because this is a black and white book, but if I want to do a coloring book on Amazon that will meet my standards, I'm probably going to have to choose the premium color option for a coloring book because these pages are disgusting. It's also a very not comfortable notebook to do. I see people designing like 150 pages. How will I do this? This is annoying. You see this? This is a nice notebook. It comes with a spiral bound. I can move things around and it stays. There are also other notebooks that are a bit easier to handle. Maybe these notebooks that are just blank notebooks that I have from a store here in Varna where they just stay. But this is horrible. Horrible. I have no idea how this is a notebook. Ugh. No, I don't like this one bit. Moving on to Blurb, and Blurb I actually did 3 books for a copy. This is the first one, and I would like to compare a bit. I hope that you guys can see the colors because, you know, my lighting here is not perfect. But when I'm looking at this in real life, I can definitely tell you that this is a very dark pink. That was not the original color that I had intended it to be, and this is true to my color. And this is my Blurb book for testing 8 by 10 inches. I made this book using PDF from Canva. As you can see, the quality here is a bit annoying. I don't know if you can see this. It's not really straight, and it's a bit of an annoyance. The back came out a bit better, but it feels like someone cut the book wrong. And this was actually a design that I made from Procreate. It's on imprint, and again with my lemons. So I did this book on Canva, and I did it and redid it and redid it and redid it, and it took me like 2 or 3 hours to upload this to Blurb to get accepted, because every time it told me that my dimensions are wrong, even though my dimensions were right, telling me what dimensions to switch, which never happened to me, by the way, with Amazon KDP or with any platform for online books. So it was kind of annoying. But if I start to open this 8 by 10 inch book that I ordered for test, which means that I could have ordered it without it being published. I literally made the book and clicked on get me my own copy without publishing it, which is an amazing option by Blurb to do that. So I wanted to test it if this would be like a good platform for notebooks or will be a good platform for coloring books or for an actual book. And this one is a 50-page 8 by 10 inch from the basic black and white. The pages are really, really thin with this one. I think like half the thickness of the Amazon premium color. I just wrote here, stay inspired, never stop creating. And then I just placed a bunch of really random stuff. I wanted to see how they will be printed, including huge bullet points. This is a black and white book again. Remember, guys, I had to also reach some kind of a minimum. I wanted to test how this will be for coloring. Let's give it a go. I am enjoying this a lot more. I did put it on the other side. Obviously, when you're making a coloring book, always make sure that on the other side of this, there is nothing. But I wanted to see exactly for that purpose. I think that the page quality is actually better than I thought. Put your eyeliner, get out there and wing it. I have no idea what I thought to myself with this. There are some coloring elements. This is not a book for sale. I literally took some coloring elements here from Canva just so I can test out this book. I also put in these pages here. I don't know why. I just really wanted to test out different things to see how they will be printed, if it's like a mass black kind of thing. And I do have to say that for black and white and for potentially a coloring book, I really do like the quality of this. I even made t-shirts if I want to design t-shirts. And I'm probably going to use some of these elements when I do my own scrapbooking. And I also have here these that were directly from Canva. Have you seen those on KDP? There are so many books like this on KDP. People just randomly grab them from Canva. It's disgusting. And here are some items that I want to see, how this is printed on the other side. At the end of the day, I just wanted to see the cover and the quality of the paper. And this is one of my designs, which now I wish that I would have printed it only on one side because I kind of want to color it. But I do have it on my Amazon KDP book. So that is pretty cool. And that was Blurb. Now, I also ordered 2 other books from Blurb with color interiors. This is 6 by 9 inches trade book, 110 pages with the basic color like standard. And this is a small 5 by 8 inch. I just wanted to check the premium color option, so 24 pages. And those 2 books were not made by uploading a PDF. They were made with Bookwrite, which is actually Blurb's inner system to design books. And it's pretty much the easiest thing in the world. I need to make a tutorial about that. It's pretty cool. So in here, this is the standard color. And I do have to say that the minute that I uploaded things onto the Bookwrite platform, I could see immediately that the blue that I'm ordering is going to oh, this is so trippy. So trippy. I did see immediately that the blue is going to be printed a bit differently. These pages feel like photo paper of some kind. I would not say that these are pages that I would like to color on or to even write in. There are also these things that if you've seen my Zazzle stickers video, you've seen that I put those on stickers on Zazzle as well. And I was thinking to cut out some of the things here and use them for some gift giving, use them for my own scrapbooking. It's kind of a fun journey. Now, do you remember seeing this image on my mug? But also, I used it on my Amazon book. So let me just quickly find that one. So there you have it. Amazon premium color versus the standard color of Blurb. I am pretty sure you can understand which one I like better. I'm trying to think if I also put this one. No, I didn't put this one as comparison. I'm trying to see if there were other comparing factors in here. I do want to try and see. Okay, so it doesn't smear. I might color on it. We'll see. This is a cubism portrait of myself. I just honestly took some stuff from tutorials. This was from the print on demand LGBTQ niche tutorial. And I also put some photos of mine in here because I wanted to compare photo quality. Now, as you can see here, these photos are horrible. The saturation is disgusting and these are not good. Some of the pages here might seem a bit torn or missing since I literally took some of them for the scrapbook of me and Misho, just because, I wanted some private photos and I thought that this will be a good option to do this. This could also be a good option if you guys are looking into making your own photo book, even though I would probably go with the premium color. So this is me on the beach in Vrasna. So there are a few photos here. The photos, like photographs themselves, didn't really look good, but my digital illustrations, the one that are not completely saturated in blue, looks like they were passing through really nicely. I also did some of my old planner pages. I also put them here. And generally speaking, I like the quality of this. The oversaturation is a bit annoying, but I like the quality of the pages. I don't like the quality of the pages for a book that I will have to fill out myself. But if this was a book that is meant to be as a photo book or a book that is made to be read to people, I do find that the quality of it is really, really cool. And again, the basic color option of Blurb is better than the premium color option of Amazon KDP. With the back having the most unique color that I've seen so far, I really, really liked the color printing quality on the cover. I also ordered a smaller book just because I wanted to check out the premium option. I wanted to see how color that is a bit similar to the background plays out. And it does play out quite nicely. This is one of my Cubism cats, and it has very little pages. I do have to say that this print right over here is true to color, which is insane. And the pages themselves feel a bit different. Again, it's funny, but the premium color options somehow produce the best pages, like the actual paper for coloring pages. I don't know how. The blue saturation here works a bit better. I did like seeing some of the designs here. A lot of my designs here are actually completely true to color. So that was a very interesting surprise for me. I also tested different types of fonts in different types of colors to see how they play out. And generally, I wanted to see how a page it looks if the other side of it is completely black. And I also wanted to see how their full printing of color goes or looks like. So that was kind of nice. I don't see any problems here. Like I expected it to be a little bit saturated, not saturated, maybe wet or look a bit off, but it does look rather good. There are no problems with the printing. It's smooth printing, even though it's a full page. And this, with the blue here, I can definitely see a difference with Blurb between the standard color and the premium color, with the premium color being a lot better. This was a bit of a boring small book. This is some part of the logo that I was thinking about doing, and bye. And this was my idea to test out this. Now, as I said, Ingram Spark does not give you the option to order proof copies for yourself, and I'm not going to pay $50 for an ISBN just to get test copies, but they did send me these 3 books, and it's actually the first time I'm going to open them, so let's have a look. This is a 7 by 10 inch hardcover standard 70 white paper, 70 LB, like 104 GCM, gloss finish. Oh my god, I hope I won't drop the camera. Ooh, this is all of them are hardcovers. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice x-ray. Technical content. They do show here some cool like sections. I think it's a really, really nice book. I think overall the color quality is actually pretty awesome, and I do like this. However, when you look at photos, obviously they're not going to be as vivid as in other options of color, but the color combinations came out nice, and I do think that this is a good thing. They as you can see, like, you have a color wheel here, and they actually do like tracing. They actually have a section for underwater maze. So if you guys want to test out with Ingram Spark, especially when they have like a coloring element here, it's just color. Nice quality. So getting those, especially when you're getting those for free, was actually quite useful, because I didn't know how useful it's going to be, because, you know, I'm not designing the interior, but seeing that they put in the same interior a variety of different things like poems and then activities for kids and then coloring books. So I am rather pleased. Also photography. So, oh, old maps. They really went all out with the variety of things that they put in this. And I do have to say that this, not maybe the best color printing, but it is on a high standard, and so far the best quality that I've seen here. We also have the 8.5 by 11 inch paperback, standard 50 white paper, 74 GCM, and a gloss finish. Oh, I hate this. Sample. Title page example. And we have here the content, and I'm pretty sure that the interior are quite the same. The color on the other one was a bit better, but it does look really cool. Oh, teeth. Lovely. Reminding me of my root canal. I do like their quality. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. And let's check out if they also, yeah, it's pretty much the same, but also with, let's check out the 74 GCM. I think I actually like this one better for coloring. I don't know why, but, you know, shows through the paper. Ooh, that's a nice photograph. These are nice colors, guys. I'm really impressed with, oh my god. I am severely impressed with Ingram Spark. I didn't expect to be so impressed, but I am. Oh, that photo is gorgeous. Moving on to the last book, which was an 11 by 8.5. And this is a hardcover premium, 104 GCM. And I can't open it without dropping my camera. So I'm going to open it under it and move the pages ever so slightly. And this, oh, this kind of looks like a fear kind of kids book. It kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones. So sample book. I really like the detailing here. I think that their printing quality is amazing. I mean, come on. How cool is that? And it's also kind of lays flat. So I do think that for kids books, this is definitely an awesome option. Definitely an awesome option for a kids book. I really like the quality of the paper for kids. It's a bit thicker than the other pages. It's not something that I would use to write. Oh my god, this is so inspiring. I kind of want to make this design on Procreate now. It's really pretty. This is the perfect thing. Like, they know what they're doing. Like, this is for kids books. This is literally a book designed to be for kids books. It's really cool. Did you have some mandalas? Oh, I hope that they will have some coloring, but they didn't. And as I said, again, this is the hardcover premium white paper, 104 GCM, gloss finish, 11 by 8.5. And I have to say that I am quite impressed with the quality of Ingram Spark, which again is the company that tells you, hey, you want a book? Pay us $50 for an ISBN. And if you really have a book in mind, whether it's a kid's book, whether it's any kind of content book, and $50 to publish a book is too much for you. Obviously, I don't want to go into anyone's pocket, but $50 to publish an actual book to me is a win. And I think that with this part of the stack of all of these, I think it's time to get back to me to stop the bird's eye view, because I think I have some conclusions over what I want to do with my self-publishing journey now that I've seen these books. And we're back to me. And first, I would like to say thank you for watching this. I hope that I successfully managed to do the sound for this very different filming angle. I've been exploring a little bit with filming lately, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that part. And I also hope that you guys enjoyed this little comparison between Amazon KDP, Blurb, and Ingram Spark. If you did enjoy this comparison, please consider hitting the like button down below, because every time I do, it really does help my channel, and subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. As I said in the beginning, this video is pretty much about two different parts. Like the first part was showing you the quality of the books and talking about them. And the second part would be, okay, now that I know the quality of the books, what do I want to do? And with that, I have a bit of a, I don't know, maybe a dilemma, maybe something is scary for me, maybe something is weird for me, because, okay, let's lay it out there, the type of books that you can do and the time that it takes to do them, and the right marketplace to put them on. Because obviously, if you open computer and check out traffic of Blurb versus Amazon, there is not even a thing to compare. There is so much more potential to get organic traffic to your book on Amazon KDP instead of on Blurb. With Ingramspark, I pretty much saw that everything is going to stores. I couldn't even find their online place. So it's more oriented to people who want to order themselves their own book or sell it to stores. And with that thought, I really don't know what I want to do, but at the same time, Blurb has obviously less competition. So if I want to create a book, a journal, any kind of that I will be heavily promoting on social media, I would actually prefer to design it on Blurb, to put it on Blurb, and then when I send traffic to that book, that traffic pretty much has nothing to do but to either buy the book or leave Blurb. Because if I'm going to send my traffic from a new YouTube channel, from social media, to purchase another journal, a scrapbooking kind of, I don't know, collage book, and I'm going to send them to Amazon, there are so many options there to distract them. There are literally so many books surrounding them for the same type, because Amazon has so many books. And you can't actually duplicate a book. I mean, you can sell a book on Amazon if you already uploaded to Blurb and you got an ISBN from there, but you can't publish the same book on two different platforms and get two different ISBNs. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, right? And I am really thinking about what I want from my authors page. I don't want to create multiple authors pages. I don't want to use multiple different names. I don't think that this should be a thing. So I'm really considering, what do I want to do? And also, given the fact that the quality of that notebook thing was like the most horrible thing that I could think of. I would never write in that kind of notebook. That felt disgusting for me to touch. So if I'm thinking about it this way, if I have to think, okay, coloring book, I might actually choose Amazon Premium Color pages and put a black and white design for a coloring book, just because that feels more native to me if I want to color. Also, I would probably also choose Blurb, because their black and white option is actually a good coloring book at the end of the day. So if I'm looking at all of these, I just feel confused. And I feel like the best way to choose in this case would be to try to differentiate the several different things that I want to sell. So I do want to sell a lot of things revolving the self-help niche, revolving journals, revolving many different ideas that I do have, like vision books and stuff like that. And those will be promoted on a different channel as well as on my personal social media. So with those items, I feel the majority of them I would like to do on Blurb. There will be very little books that I will do for that platform, and I will be promoting the same ones. I'm also going to use, by the way, all of these channels and marketing that talk about self-help, about journaling, about crafting. I'm also going to be using those to promote the things I do on Zazzle platform. Zazzle, for those of you who don't know, is an awesome print-on-demand marketplace with over 1,500 products. So it's kind of cool, and they do allow you to also affiliate yourself. Everything can be personalized. And there is a full Zazzle tutorial series on this channel that I will leave a link to that one down below if you guys want to go and check it out. So for the Zazzle notebooks that can be personalized and Zazzle stickers, I will definitely also be combining those with 2 or 3 books that I write myself that are either prompt journals or more of a journey into coloring, a journey into something. And I think that I will choose Blurb for that. I also want to write a novel. I started writing a few books a few years ago. There was a book that I came up with the idea of, I think it was August of 2020, trying to deal with the health crisis, being back in Israel, and actually missing my therapist. The first therapist that treated me, which was the worst therapist in the world. Well, not the worst, but she was like so ill-equipped to dealing with my problems because she was literally a social worker on stage. That was ridiculous that they assigned me to her. But I started writing this horror, like fictional horror thing, a really psycho kind of thing. And that book, I don't think that will ever touch Amazon. I mean, I don't know if you guys know Sarah Sutton. She has a YouTube channel about self-publishing, and she posted a few weeks ago that KDP blocked her account. She did nothing wrong. She's literally an indie author with an amazing selling book. So having to deal with all that overnight was kind of a scary thing. And if you think that these things don't happen, I can tell you that when I was in Chiang Mai in 2016, at the end of 2016, and I was looking at Lulu for the first time back then, and I was talking to a friend of mine about creating notebooks or self-publishing her book, and she said she will never do Amazon again because she literally wrote a book. It got an ISBN and everything. It sold multiple times. She did nothing wrong, and because of some bug or technical error, Amazon closed her account, which, by the way, she doesn't have now the right to publish this book anywhere else. And that to me is scary. So I do think that with my novel, which I will be spending pretty much a year to write, a year of my life will be dedicated, like 70% of the time I will be dedicating to writing this book, having it proofread, having it edited, paying professionals to do that for me, not the writing of the book, but editing of the book, because, you know, you can have English as a native language. And I did even, like, I do translations from Hebrew to English. I don't do translations from English to Hebrew because my Hebrew is not good enough. I also did like blog writing, like post writing for people, and a lot of those. And I do have better English when I write than when I speak, but editing a book to put the comma in the right place for the whole book, no, someone else needs to do that for me. I'm good with writing the actual content. And that will be a project that I think that I will definitely take onto Ingram Spark, because I do feel like Ingram Spark is a platform that gives you a bit more control over this. And I even think that when I do this, either with Ingram Spark or with Blurb, I will firstly check how much it costs to order bulk orders of that book to myself. And if someone orders my book, I will be sending them my book with my personal, writing on it, personal dedication, and shipping it to them from myself, not from any store or anything else. And that is a year-long journey that I hope to finish. It's something that excites me and terrifies me at the same time. Going back to the third type of books that I'm thinking, I feel like a part of me wants to treat Amazon KDP the same way I treated Redbubble for the first few years, as a test kind of platform, because the uploading process is very quick. It's very easy to create a book for Amazon KDP, and I can also give you guys a bit more content on that for the channel if you're interested in selling your own coloring book or a prompt journal or stuff like that. So I do think that I will be focusing on low medium content. I saw some good prompt books, not good enough for me. I might even be focusing on kids niche. My only problem with focusing on kids niche is the fact that I want to publish under my own name. And I don't think that my online persona is something fitting for kids. I mean, I'm not a bad person and I do love kids, but on my videos, I heavily talk about fibromyalgia, PTSD, life events, especially with the new channel that I'll be talking about that even more. So I don't know if that is content that is suitable for kids. So I might not do, I might publish under a different name, or I might just stick to grown-ups altogether with anything therapeutic that I think can help people, and hopefully it will be found on Amazon, or I will try to promote it with my own channels. But Amazon right now, to me, especially after seeing the quality, is a huge, huge question mark. Huge question mark, especially with the quality. So I am considering heavily investing more of my time into Blurb, into actually marketing what you want to do, using Amazon as a test, doing some prompt journals, gratitude journals, some things that I think that I would like to have myself, and not just, you know, taking a random interior and slapping multiple covers on it, but doing something in the lines of journaling, or in the combination of journaling and coloring, which was always something that I personally liked when I was doing my journal. So for example, to have a planner, a literal planner where you can put in dates and stuff like that, but at the same time, you have places for doodles that you can color, places that you can do even sort of like prompt doodling. So those are things that I'm really interested in. And I have seen so many people who want to start doodling, who want to start writing, who want to start a planner, but they need those prompts to get started. And having helped several of my friends to get started with gratitude, to get started with better planners, and organizing their time, especially also if I'm looking into my experience now with print on demand or with YouTube, I think that I can definitely create a good notebook for people to follow if they're setting, you know, their print on demand journey. I give you guys a freebie planner to try and launch a new online business, so something like that, but in a book. By the way, that free planner is still free, and you can check out, there will be a link to that free planner down below. So those are my main 3 objectives. I think if I have to summarize it, I'll do Amazon to play around, to do some cool tutorials, to see if something sells. I will use the main 2 or 3 books that I actually want to sell in the near future to be published on Blurb, and my novel, which will be written hopefully by the age of 35. I have so many goals by the age of 35. So many goals. I have less than a year and I need to meet them, but I want my novel to, and I will probably be choosing Ingram Spark for that, and selling it from myself, from my own apartment, not from anywhere else. And with that being said, I think we're done. If you guys have any more questions about my plan, about your journey, if you guys want me to make specific tutorials about how to design specific things with KDP, please let me know in the comment section down below, because seriously, I don't know if it's just me. I think that maybe some people are more inclined to be adaptive to a certain system than others. I think, like, you know, for me, KDP came super fast. Like, there was almost no learning curve to uploading a book and getting it done, and the print. Like, for me, it was very simple. I think I had a higher like learning curve with Zazzle. I needed to actually pay more attention. But I also know people who found Zazzle to be like super easy from the start, and KDP took them like, I don't know, days to crack, or having to watch tutorials. So if you guys want me to make specific tutorials about KDP, or the book write option with Blurb, which is their own designer, which makes things so much easier to publish a book online, please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, as for our future plans, I have been getting a lot of comments lately about doing more Procreate tutorials. So tomorrow, I'll be seeing you guys with a Procreate stamps tutorial. So everything you can do with stamps for print on demand, or even for KDP actually. I mean, there are so many cool stamps that can be combined together to create the most amazing coloring pages. So I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I have so many other cool videos for you guys this month, where the crazy idea I had for print on demand wall art that I don't think I've seen online, combining awkward styles and Zazzle, as well as Zazzle wrapping paper and tissue paper, and a lot more cool stuff like how to sell on Creative Fabrica, how to create something really cool with Canva that was not discussed here in this channel, and can you start print on demand, or KDP for that matter, 100% for free, using freebies, using free softwares, and also making cool stuff from Procreate pattern brushes. So a lot of cool videos coming up this month. If you guys have any ideas for more videos, please comment them down below. I am super excited to be doing them. And last but not least, right before I say goodbye, I would like to remind you that we have a contest running in our Facebook community. That contest is all about inspiration, and I will be selecting the winner of that contest in 2 days. It's basically take a photo that inspires you, Go and find something that inspires you, take a photo of it, and let me know in that post with that photo what it inspires you to design, and the photo and the answer that will get me thinking, I want to design that. That will be the contest winner to get the next month's bundle box for free, as well as my full design that I did from his idea to be used for commercial purposes exclusively. I would not even be using that design. I really hope that you enjoyed this little recap of Amazon KDP, Blurb, and Ingram Spark. I would love to hear your opinion about the quality of the books, or your experience if you have experience with ordering books from them, or even your opinion on my new desk mat from Society 6. And there will be a link to that one down below as well. But with that being said, that was it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!